Hey there, comic book fans. Back from the comic shop again this week. This time literally. No class to teach today since it's the day before Thanksgiving. So I just got back, and this might be the first time I've done a comic book haul video in the daylight since the end of August. So I've been doing them early in the morning. But let's start with our top of the printer books. Got an issue of Thief of Thieves here. What issue is this? 23, a Sean Martin Bro cover. Or Thief of Thieves there, all decked out with a military stealth gear or something. And of course, we've got Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. What number is this? Number 89. These were on top of my printer all week, so I could look at them. And now I can put them away and pick two more out to look at all week. Got seven comics this week. Pretty good number. And here's something that I just decided. I may have known this a long time ago and forgotten it, but I just rediscovered it today, seeing a video on it. This is Kendra, #1 in Antarctic Press 40th anniversary book. Don't remember what it's about, but this cover, which I've often, like this type of cover, which I've often heard of as referred to as a negative space cover, is actually called the fadeaway technique. There was an illustrator about 100 years ago, I think he died in 1927, called Coles Phillips. Cole with an S. I just wrote that down so I wouldn't remember it. So I would remember it. And he actually did a lot of illustrations with this technique way back 100 years ago. So that's where it comes from. I did not know that. Like I said, I don't remember. It's all about that chainmail gaze. The baddest bad girl from Ben Dunn. I think I was just like, you know what? Antarctic Press has been around for 40 years, and I've barely bought any of their books. So let's buy a book and see how it goes. Why not? And what else do I want? What else do I want? What else do I have? I can't speak in the afternoons. It's Feral, issue 18. This is the one that's about the cats facing the zombie apocalypse, except it's the rabies apocalypse. And in this particular story arc, they made their way into this pet city. It's where there's the pet city, where they could be safe, except there were already cats there and they weren't safe. And then the outside rabies zombies cats got in and nobody was safe. And last we knew, they were going to try to be safe by taking over themselves, and that makes some of them nervous. So we'll see. It's been a fun zombie cat story. And then we've got us. Oh, who's doing this one? Fleece, Forstner, Rodriguez, and Simpson. Let's see. The first one is Ben Dunn, I think, has been doing this, because it says the baddest bad girl from Ben. And Ben Dunn, I think, is the guy he's like the owner, guy who runs Antarctic Press. He's been there since the beginning. And Department of Truth, James Tynion. What do we got here? James Tynion, Martin Simmons, Aditya Bidikar on letters. I don't know where it came from, but I was like, I heard someone throwing shade Ben Simmons' way. Martin Simmons' way. There we go. Just some random TikTok I was watching. Somebody was up, not with his artwork or anything, but with his personality. I think it was a little gruff. The guy was insinuating, but I don't know. I just found that funny. I'm like, where did that come from? Out of nowhere. And this is one where Department of Truth is a secret government agency, because if enough people believe in something, it becomes true. So you have to stop all these sort of myths and stories from becoming true. Otherwise, it reweaves history, and that's not good. So that's what that one's been about. Fun stuff. Issue 34. Wow, it's been around for a while. Here's another issue 1. I like this cover. Another Ignition Press book. The Miranda Brothers, Arcadia. Reminds me a little of Brendan McCarthy from the 80s, the coloring on it. Written by Inaki Miranda and Roy Miranda. Art and cover by Inaki Miranda. Colored by Eva Dela Cruz. Lettered by Dave Sharp. Hey, Dave. Covered by ACO. I think that's this one. Dave Sharp, I used to work with at Marvel back in the day. We still play fantasy football. We've had our fantasy football. I think this might be year 33 of our fantasy football league. Dave actually won last year for the first time in 33 years. But I'm in first place right now. We'll see. I don't remember what this one is about. It's a dream we all share. It's a dream about dragons and super dragons, about a war that erased what once was. Humans are just a memory, their civilization just ruins and old bones. War itself has become a relic of the past that decorates the landscape with the bodies of the dead, abandoned war machines and the footprints of battle. That's a long sentence. A lot of commas in that sentence. Nature has started to reclaim Earth. The scars of history are still everywhere. To those who remain were born out of conflict, awakening in giant silos, unaware of their origins, but still fueled by the imperative to survive. All right. Post-apocalyptic story. That's all I read that whole thing. I still don't know what it's about. But the art looks cool. It's got some Dave Sharp lettering. Then I was trying to... Here is Supernatural. This feels thin. Issue number 2. I think I ordered issue number 3 too, because I was unsure if I really wanted to buy more Supernatural or not. Because I liked the TV show. I watched the TV show. But I really need a Supernatural comic. Who was this by? Greg Pak. The first one was written well, though. I liked it. Greg Pak is the writer. It's got 4 artists. Pasquale Quilando, Alessandro Rinaldi, Vincenzo Federici, and Edner Messias. I don't know if that fills me with confidence that there's 4 different artists already on the second issue. Thundercats Classic Years Collection Omnibus Hardcovers. All right, if you're a Thundercats fan, they got that coming out, but I'm not. So we'll see how the second issue goes. I already got a third on order because, like I said, usually the issue comes out and then that week I get final order cutoff. But for some reason, final order cutoff on these has been early. Then we've got Quick Stops, Volume 3, issue number 4. I've really been enjoying this series. Who's doing it? Kevin Smith's been writing it. Art by Ahmad Rafat. Letters by Andrew Thomas. And they're just stories of the View Askew universe. There was a real nice, touching story, a tribute to Shannon Doherty's story. There's been, I think, the last issue was Jay and Silent Bob trying to get the Alan Rickman Angel to raise their friend from the dead. So we'll see what this one is. Starring Heather Jones, Trish the Dish Jones, Alyssa Jones. Okay, this must be a tie-in. I think they were in Chasing Amy. Maybe a Chasing Amy tie-in. We'll see. But like I said, I've really been enjoying this series. I never even knew about the first 2 volumes. I might go and track those down. And then we've got a Scott Koblish cover. I bought this one for the Scott Koblish cover. Another person I used to work with at Marvel in the 90s. Marvel Zombies Red Band number 3. And he's been doing these sort of, I guess this is obviously a Infinity Gauntlet cover. There we go. And those, I think there's called nostalgia covers or something like that. Because each one he's been doing in a style, some style from the past. But the series is actually solid too. Can't read who did it because I haven't ripped open the book yet, the poly bag, to save us from the little bit of blood that's in the issue. Ooh, red band. Ooh, scary. It's not that scary. All right. What little bit of work do I got back here today? We finally made it out of the issue number 300 variants into 301. And here we go with a few. We got a Mod Man up there in his primary colors, a orange masked fella down, just a mask on the bottom of his face, and a guy looking at us. I like this sort of background with the moon and water and orange energy clouds. I don't know. And that polka dotted mountain buttes. Good question. I kind of like that. I think I like that part of it best. The other parts are okay, but I think I like that part best. That happens sometimes. All right. So there you go. A little bit of artwork, some comic books, and you guys have a good week out there.